Dimension Extreme. A studio made to bring us extreme flicks gives us a movie that is not so extreme.
Welcome to the horror show. You realize there is nowhere to run. No came to try. Paranoia is hiding your life. Welcome to the horror show. You realize there is nowhere to run. No came to try. Obsessions rule your mind.
I'll just say it's right off the bat, this is the best CG crocodile that has ever been put to film. I'm looking at you, Lake Placid 2, 3, 4, that's bad. It crawls around at a slow pace like a normal crocodile would. Its motions are identical to a croc, and its bite pressure is devastatingly powerful like a croc. The plot! A tour in the Australian outback goes awry when a beast capsizes the boat, and they are forced to seek safety on an atoll. And if we've learned anything from Two-Headed Shark Attack, it is that atolls will eventually sink, and a two-headed shark will not attack them in this movie. However, a crocodilian menace will attack them while waiting just below the surface. While it is not as gory as Wolf Creek, nor as action-packed as Wolf Creek 2, I still feel this is a solid movie, one that I would put above both Wolf Creek movies. The characters are one of the strongest aspects of this movie, and you know how much I love my characters and their development if they get any, and they do in this movie. That scene where the man has to dump his wife's ashes in the river is so saddening, and there's no dialogue. Also, the main guy starts off as a douche, but astonishingly becomes our hero at the end. One downside to this film, though, is that there are 4 people that get eaten, and the deaths are not that graphic. They are memorable, but nothing outstandingly bloody. Which I guess works because it impacts you, and it shocks the characters as much as it probably will shock you, which is something very hard to do in film. It's a good thing this movie's almost 100 minutes, because if it was like 80 minutes, they would never have time for us to actually give a shit about anybody. And there's a lot of characters in this movie, and I actually cared about them all. The Croc is also a character himself. He's a thinker. He does things different from others. And he's a rogue. Title drop! The music in this film is very cultural, I want to say, with a lot of sounds used via pots and pans. And the violin score is intense, moving, and intimidating when it needs to be. But this movie was supposed to go to theaters, and the crocodile was supposed to be Gustav, a crocodile that people say has claimed over hundreds of victims. However, Primeval came out first, and in fear of competition, Rogue backed off, and was eventually given a limited theatrical release and put straight to DVD, which is a damn shame. But I am going to be reviewing Primeval next, so... This is a strong creature feature. The characters, music, cinematography, and CGI are all great, and the movie just feels like the big summer blockbuster film it should have been. Overall, I give Rogue a solid 5 out of 5. If there is to be one perfect crocodile movie out there, then this is as close to perfection as you can get. Well, I am Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Movie Reviews. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below and to leave comments and subscribe.